mutuals with and homies with. I'm like, dude, like, if you're one of those people that fucking spoil shit like 24 hours after something drops, like, you're going to hell straight with the people that eat fucking black licorice. No reason why you should be doing that.
Yeah. Some people don't care. They think it's funny, man. But I don't get it. I've never gotten it.
Yeah. So check out Obi-Wan if you haven't, and don't spoil anything for anybody. Next is obviously fucking Stranger Things. Like, I don't know how far along you are. What episode we're on?
I'm on 4.
Yeah, we just finished 4. We're kind of taking our time. I don't know how anyone could sit there and binge watch 7 episodes. It's literally like almost 9 hours.
Yeah, they're chunky episodes this time.
Yeah, but it's great, dude. Like, I don't think there's been a bad season out of the 4 seasons they've done. I don't even think there's been a bad episode. And I think we talked about it like last week or something like that. But I think I know like Stranger Things is like a huge phenomenon, but I think people have to start like looking at it like one of the better pieces of like science fiction of all time. And they're not even done telling the story, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. There was definitely like it's responsible, not solely, of course, but for like a resurgence in just older media and nostalgia,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, and more importantly, like science fiction, you know, because it's never been cool to be a sci-fi kid, but Stranger Things has, you know, bombarded its way into mainstream in a lot of ways and made it cool. It made Dungeons and Dragons cool and all this nerdy shit like accepted. So in that way, it's pretty rad, man.
Yeah, those Duffer Brothers, they knocked it out of the park, dude. Those guys fucking rock. But that's it. That's all I got for my Rex.
All right. So,
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. No, real quick. We've both been like in a wrestling kind of resurgence. You and I following it, stuff like that. And last couple months in AEW. I don't know if anyone is into wrestling that's listening. I'm sure there people are, but if you haven't checked out AEW, they're doing a lot of cool ass shit right now. Fucking the last pay-per-view, Double or Nothing, was dope. It's on every Monday and Wednesday at like TBS and TNT, so check it out. But yeah, they're doing awesome ass things.
that's right. Shout out. Okay, so I have 3 for you, but one of them is also Stranger Things, season 4, part 1. So far, it's really good. What's the big bad's name? Vecta?
Yeah, Vector.
I'm loving like the art direction for him. It's very like Swamp Thing, and I'm into that.
Yeah. Does it look like it's like a lot of it isn't CG? Like
No,
it's like the close-up shots of him.
No, that's
right.
It looks practical. It looks.
Yeah, it looks practical.
It looks very like The Void, you know, very like real. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but yeah, I'm loving this new season. I wasn't super big into season 3, but so far I feel like this one, you know, they got the stakes high. Hopper is rad as usual. Big reason why I'm sticking with the show. But yeah, loving where the story's going so far. I also
shout out Hopper.
Yeah, that's right. I also checked out Jackass 4.5, which is also on Netflix.
Does it have a lot of extra stuff in it?
It's funny because they pitch it as like a documentary, but it's pretty much all the scrapped stuff that didn't make it into the movie.
Oh, okay.
I was expecting it to be more like them documenting stuff, which it is. They do that, but they cram in so many like stunts that just I feel like were test runs or something for the actual movie that they didn't end up putting in, probably for length reasons or what have you. But it's so fucking funny, almost as funny, if not funnier, than the actual movie. To be honest, you get some like. They kind of bridge that gap on why. Remember, I told you when we went to see it how I was like, did you notice how Johnny went from like dark hair to he was like completely gray from one stunt to the next? It was because they got shut down because of COVID, because they had started March 2020 and they had to wait 7 months to come back, right? And when they came back through that 7 months, like, he had completely grayed naturally.
Oh, shit.
So he pulled a Bruce Campbell, you know, but you know, it's pretty rad just to get more, you know, I guess interviews with all those guys and to see like their mindsets and why they chose to come back and do another one. So definitely a great addition. Check it out, 4.5. You can watch it right now on Netflix. And then my final one, which is I think a Hulu original miniseries. Just came out this, I think, over the weekend. It's Pistol, which is pretty much documenting the humble beginnings of the Sex Pistols. Now,
oh, nice.
I like you know, this. I like their work, but I was never, besides Sid Vicious and Sid and Nancy and everything, I wasn't really too. I'm kind of unfamiliar with them as individually, so it was fun to kind of pop this on and to see like where they come from and how, you know, how they actually started. And it's very kind of gritty, the way that you would expect it to be, shot in like an old what looks like an old television ratio on purpose, so it's pretty rad.
Do any of them have any involvement in it?
Honestly, again, I don't know too much about how this was made or why or if they had any hand in making sure it was real. I know you're asking that because, you know, things tend to be better when you know, when those people are on set. For example, like the Runaways movie, like all of those, you know, all of them were involved in it, and they, I feel like that ends up making a better final product. Or even like I forget what it's called now, but the Motley Crue Netflix movie, all of those guys were involved in the making of that, you know. But as far as Pistol, I can't tell you because I don't know. But it's entertaining. It's good. It's got a great soundtrack, the way you would hope. A lot of David Bowie references. So check it out on Hulu, whether you're a fan or not.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now for the movie focus of the week.
OKJA is what we're talking about this week. It's rated PG-13, which is insane. It's from 2017. It's a drama action film. It's 120 minutes long, and it's got a 86 on Rotten. Written by Bong Joon-Ho and Jon Ronson. Directed by the great Bong Joon-Ho. Starring Seo Hyun, Stephen Yeun, Paul Dano, Tilda Swinton, and Jake Gyllenhaal, the madman. After a company comes up with a pitch to help cut down world hunger, a 10-year super pig contest in which several genetically modified pigs are sent to farmers in several different countries around the world for them to raise and ultimately have one chosen as the best. Our story centers around a young South Korean girl, Mija, who has raised and grown attached to OKJA, her piglet. While living in the mountainside of South Korea, knowing of the contest holders' plans to regain the super pigs after 10 years, a rescue mission is set into place and an incredible story of loyalty is revealed. Mid-year of 2015, OKJA was first announced to be in development as writer-director Bong Joon-ho's next project, boasting a cast of both South Korean actors as well as a slew of familiar American actors, and with Welsh author attached to help flesh out the English-speaking characters of the film. Later in the fall of 2015, Netflix and Plan B picked up the film for distribution, giving Bong a budget of $50 million. Based on the film's sensitive subject of animal consumption, Bong did real research into the matter, even going as far as visiting a slaughterhouse in Colorado, an experience that would turn the director onto veganism for the majority of his production. However, his diet change didn't last because of the ideology of meat in South Korea. OKJA premiered on May 18th, 2017, and was met with initial boos from the crowd because of its association with Netflix, who opted to bypass a theatrical release in France. But as the credits rolled, the film itself received a 4-minute standing ovation by the end. As are most of Bong Joon-ho's films, OKJA is a beautifully crafted movie that dares to be wholly original in an age of remakes and reboots, taking the classic tale of a boy and his dog and flipping the script where our hero is a young girl and our animal is a fictional super pig, and placing them in an almost surrealist universe, seamlessly blending drama, comedy, action, and in more ways than one horror, although many might look at the film as food consumption propaganda, it offers so much more than that. It's a near-perfect conversation piece that puts a spotlight on capitalism, activism, carnism, and the idea that all animals, despite our cultural ideology differences, are incredibly intelligent, sentient beings that deserve a real life. 4 out of 5 Super Piglets for the win. Stream this classic now on Netflix. Thank you.
Nice.
All right, dude. You seemed excited to talk about the film. So tell us your thoughts when you first saw this. I know you watched it probably again to prepare for the show, but take us back to 2017. I'm assuming you watched this on Netflix first time?
Yeah, dude. I mean, after he did fucking Snowpiercer, I was super stoked. So yeah, dude, I think I watched it like the week it premiered, but and I was blown away, dude. Like, obviously, it does take on like heavy what's the word I'm looking for? It's just like it's just super heavy all around, you know. Just everything that's going on with like you said, like activism and the meat industry and just big corporation, and just how everything works. And I was a little like, I didn't want to. I remember first reading about it, and I was like, man, is this just going to be some? This is going to make me hate myself for not wanting to eat meat or eating meat. But it didn't do that. But yeah, dude, I think the first time I watched it, I sobbed in multiple parts. I think it does a good job with, like, showing you the shitty side of big corporations like that and the meat industry. But then it also shows you kind of like the good and the bad of activism like that, you know?
Yeah, totally. That's what was cool, is that the film doesn't seem to be really, besides Mija's character, isn't really taking anybody's side, you know, through everything. They show their faults, their pros and cons, I guess, for both sides, more so. You know, like on the activism side, like their hearts are in the right place, and they're trying to do the right thing.